allegations against one of the city's finest now has Officer Earl Anderson Jr. facing charges.
The text messages that were allegedly found on his stepdaughter's phone.
It wasn't just any police officer. It's the 12-year-old little girl's stepdad, apparently been with her mom for the last 5 years.
What do you say to this guy if he was standing right here?
I'll just be disgusted.
Cannot blame him one bit. His daughter, a 12-year-old girl, a 6th grader, nearly falls prey to a predator, her own stepdad.
I'm thankful that I caught it so soon because it could have been worse.
The girl's biological dad, Brandon Harris, outing the Detroit police officer on social media this week, sharing the messages that 37-year-old Earl Anderson allegedly sent at 2 in the morning last month.
I'm gonna treat you like you're grown. That's what really got me, and delete these messages and just grooming.
Anderson apparently telling the girl he'd treat her like she was a grown-up, urged her to find secret ways to chat with him, and repeatedly told her to delete the messages, specifically so her dad didn't see. The little girl didn't bite, actually just the opposite, handing over the messages to her aunts.
What do you want the lesson to be for parents?
Just be aware, check them phones.
Anderson charged with 1 count of accosting a child for immoral purposes and given a whopping $200,000 cash bond. His daughter will eventually have to face him in court.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey again, hit y'all another video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all having a very great week. My day is going absolutely marvelous. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers to the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Michigan by way of Warren. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Michigan. Everybody outside the great city of Warren. And now before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And as you all may know, today is what? Yes, today is not Thirsty Thursday. Today is what? Trifling Tuesday. And this story has trifling written all over it. Now before I dig deep into this story, I want to ask you all one simple question. What would you do if you're dating somebody and you happen to find out that the person that you're dating is trying to groom and seduce your child? What would you do? Would you stay with that person or would you leave that person? Because I know me, first of all, I might put hands and feet on the person and most definitely I'm going to leave. But let me know that because I will ask you all that later on in the story because we're going to come back to that main point in a second. Now, recently it just came out just last week where we had a 37-year-old man who go by the name of Officer Earl Renard Jr. And Renard, I know Senior is mad as hell right now because you messing up the damn family name. And Senior, if I was you, I'll make him change his name. And now Officer Earl Renard Jr. was recently arrested after he texted a 12-year-old girl who's in the 6th grade trying to groom and seduce this young girl early in the morning, around 2 o'clock.
The girl's biological dad, Brandon Harris, outing the Detroit police officer on social media this week, sharing the messages that 37-year-old Earl Anderson allegedly sent at 2 in the morning last month.
Now, you would think around 2 o'clock, number one, the officer would have his ass asleep, or if he wanted some sex, he has the mom right there, the 12-year-old girl mom right there. Why go try to mess with a 12-year-old girl? And then had the nerve to tell this young girl to delete the messages. What's up with these grown men and women, because women doing it too, messing with these young children? What can a child do for an adult? Because I've been trying to wrap my head around that same equation all day long, ever since I first heard about this story and similar stories. Because you got to ask yourself, what is wrong with these people? And also, if you're a police officer, you're supposed to uphold the law. And how in the hell you going to turn around, be a cop, and then break the law, and most of all, break it in this manner? Because Officer Earl Renard Jr., you took an oath, you took a sworn oath to uphold the law. So how you going to sit there and break the law and break it in this manner with a 12-year-old girl? And the way that Officer Earl Renard Jr. came in contact with the 12-year-old girl, and the reason why he was around the girl was because the officer had been dating the mom for roughly 5 years.
It wasn't just any police officer. It's the 12-year-old little girl's stepdad, apparently been with her mom for the last 5 years.
Now, if you've been dating somebody for 5 years and you ain't got married yet, something is wrong. Evidently, somebody don't want to be married. And also adding to that point, if you're with somebody and y'all been dating for 5, 10, 15 years and they have not bought you a ring, they have not married you, chances are they don't want to marry your ass. So, mom, why are you with this man, number one, after 5 years? And worse than that, the daughter herself is saying that the mom is picking sides by choosing to stay with this man after the man has been exposed. And also, the dad said that the mom is defending this man. Like, how are you going to defend somebody when you see the text messages? How can you defend that? And those text messages, family, we're going to get to that later on in the video because it's quite shocking the way that he was trying to seduce this young girl, trying to groom this girl. Now, the story also says that
repeatedly told her to delete the messages, specifically so her dad didn't see. The little girl didn't bite, actually just the opposite, handing over the messages to her aunts.
Now, it says that when the little girl got these messages from Officer Earl Renard Jr., she forwarded these messages, sent these messages to her aunties, and it's a great thing, the aunties notified the dad. And when the dad received these messages, he immediately went to the chief of police in Detroit, Michigan, where Officer Earl Renard Jr. was working at. Now remember, Officer Earl Renard Jr. stays in Warren, Michigan, because you have people asking in the comment section, why didn't Warren police step in? And also, what took Detroit Police Department so long to step in? And the reason why, they said something had to do with jurisdiction. I'm not sure about that, but you all can let me know that also.
I'm gonna treat you like you're grown. That's what really got me, and delete these messages and just grooming.
And as you all heard the dad say, the dad said that Officer Earl Renard Jr., as you all see this message shot, said that he's going to treat the girl like she's grown. How are you going to treat a 12-year-old girl like she's grown? He is trying to put her in a woman place so that way he could try to, let down her guard. So by Officer Earl Renard Jr. telling a 12-year-old girl that he's going to treat her like she's grown, which means that he is going to treat her as a lady. And she don't have nothing to worry about because it's going to be their little secret.
Urged her to find secret ways to chat with him and repeatedly told her to delete the messages, specifically so her dad didn't see.
Now this dirty ass cop went so far as to tell this little girl to make sure she delete the messages and find alternative ways for them to communicate. Now why would you do that and you're a police officer? You would think that this dumbass cop, Officer Earl Renard Jr., would know better. Like, how dumb and stupid can you get, sir? You work at the police department, so you know exactly how these crooks get caught. And you mean to tell me that you just threw all that out the window for a chance to be with a 12-year-old girl when you already has a mom? And if the mom wasn't pleasing you, guess what? Find somebody else, but make sure they're grown also.
The little girl didn't bite, actually just the opposite, handing over the messages to her aunts.
She just felt like something was off, and I really salute her. Like I said, I thank her every day.
So by the dad on a mission, the little girl felt that something wasn't right. So you can tell the little girl is being raised right, whether it's by the dad or by the aunties or by the grandmother. But it's damn sure not by the mom, because the mom, once again, act like she is mad at her own daughter. Shame on you, mom. And you got the nerve to still want to stand by this damn man's side, Officer Earl Renard Jr., that is, after he has been exposed, after you have proof showing the dirty deeds that he has been doing behind your back. And you mean to tell me you choose to align yourself with that? That's crazy work right there, ain't it, family?
And then Brandon went to Detroit police. Anderson was suspended immediately, and they're working to get him off the payroll as soon as possible.
And as you all heard the news say, Brandon Harris, after he received these messages, immediately went to the police department and talked to the chief. Now, instead of them immediately firing the officer and arresting him, they placed the officer on suspension. So let me ask you this, family. Why did the Detroit Police Department take so long to bring charges on Officer Earl Renard Jr. when they had the proof? Why just suspend the man? Because to me, that does not make any sense. And the reason why the Officer Earl Renard Jr. was really arrested was because the dad took to social media. That's how I found out about the story, and that's how other news agencies found out about the story. And once again, to the dad, Brandon Harris, thank you for being a stand-up man and standing by your daughter and not allowing this to go by without being exposed. Thank you very much. Because like I tell you all, when people do this type of stuff, they should be exposed. And who's to say what this officer would not do to keep from getting caught? This officer probably would do something else, unalive somebody. Think about that also. Because I feel this way, and the reason why I say that is because if you're crazy enough to do this to a minor, imagine what you'll do to try to keep from being exposed. You'll probably try to kill somebody. Let's just keep it real.
What do you want the lesson to be for parents? Because I think
Just be aware, check them phones.
And as you all heard the dad say, check your children's phone. And that's what I say also when we do any type of stories. Make sure you are aware of what your children is doing, no matter if they like it or not. Keep tabs on them, because the last thing you want is for your baby to wind up violated, and more than that, being killed because they have something on somebody, and that person do not want that secret to get out.
Anderson charged with 1 count of accosting a child for immoral purposes and given a whopping $200,000 cash bond. His daughter will eventually have to face him in court.
Now, Officer Earl Renard Jr. has been arrested for accosting a child for immoral purposes, and also his bond, $200,000 cash, and hopefully his ass is in jail. Now, today is his court day. He have to go to court today. I'm going to tell you this also. Even though they charged him with accosting a child, he should have been charged with aggravated stupidity. Now, to the star of the hour, those text messages. Let's see exactly what he wrote in those text messages. And it reads like this. It starts off with the girl saying, "Is my mama up?" That's her typing in blue. And the officer responds back, "She knocked out." And then the little girl responds back, "Oh." And then she also asks, "Where Amaya?" So I guess Amaya is her 10-year-old sister. I'm not sure if I'm wrong. Please forgive me. And then the officer says, "Sleep too." Exactly what you should have had your ass said, officer. Sleep. And guess what? None of this wouldn't have happened. You would have been able to put that badge on and take your sorry ass to work. But guess what? You chose to go overboard. You chose to be thirsty. And guess what? This is what happened when you obey your thirst. But it also reads the little girl saying that, "Oh." And then the officer responds back, "You been okay though?" The little girl responds back, "Yes." The officer responds, "All right, if you want to keep texting, you will have to keep our conversations between me and you on some friendly type stuff." Okay, friendly. Okay, you had no business texting this child at 2 in the morning because there ain't no way in hell you could be friends. How you going to text a child 2 in the morning talking about on some friendly type stuff? You see the game that the officer is running? The little girl responds back, "My dad goes through my phone." And that's a great thing. And dad, keep going through that phone until she get grown. And even after that, well, no, don't do it after that. But anyway, the officer responds back, "Oh," laugh out loud. "Well, delete these messages. If you figure something out, let me know, Z. We going to take a family trip soon, too." Quite nice, huh? Family trip. I wonder to where. And then the other messages read, with the little girl responding 12:30. I guess that's what time the Valentine dance was. And then the officer says, "What type of dance?" The little girl responds back, "Valentine dance." And then the officer gonna say, "You got a date?" She's 12 years old. What you mean she has a date? Just go to the dance and dance. Who has a damn date at 12 years old? I never did. Anyway, the little girl responds back, "Nope, I'm going with my friends, just like a good young girl." I mean, damn, let children be children. The officer responds back, "Cool, you can be real with me. I don't care if you curse or be yourself. I won't tell your people." You see how you trying to build up trust, trying to build up getting her doing something wrong? So he'll have something on her, so that way she'll feel kind of like obligated to him. Think about that. And then he goes on to say, "I'm going to treat you like you're grown. You're mature enough." How in the hell, Officer Earl Renard Jr.? She's only 12 years old in the damn 6th grade. The little girl responds back, "Okay." And then the officer says, "How you feel about that?" And then the little girl responds back in abbreviation saying, "All right." And now to the final message. The message started off with the officer saying, "I'm confused. Can your people look into your iPad?" The girl texts back in abbreviation saying, "What you mean?" The officer says, "Can your people see your messages on your iPad?" The little girl responds back, "What people?" The officer responds back, "Your dad, grandma." He's scared of that dad. Brandon Harris gonna put some on her ass. And then the little girl responds back, "My dad go through every one of my devices." That's a great thing. Dad is not playing no damn games. Good job, Dad. And then the officer with his dirty ass responds back, "Oh, if you find a safe way for us to text, let me know. But make sure you delete all these text messages, even in your messages trash." Nice talking to you though, Z. And let's just think about this, family. It doesn't matter if the little girl deleted the messages or not. Because if you text somebody and once it go through, guess what? It's saved in what? It starts with a C, the cloud. So it don't matter if you delete anything, even off your computer. Guess what? They have ways of recovering all that. And now to the worst part of the video. Now you would think by the mom knowing what her boyfriend did, and they have the proof, they have already the phone messages and all that. You would think that the mom would come to her senses and leave this sorry ass dirty man alone for trying to mess with her 12-year-old daughter who happened to be in the 6th grade. But as you all see, things are not always as they appear. Now, as you all see this screenshot, this is a screenshot between the 12-year-old girl and her dad, Brandon Harris. And it starts off with the dad texting in blue saying, "What made you feel that way?" The 12-year-old girl, his daughter, responds back, says, "Because I was just thinking, now it's like she's still picking him because she's still over there." You see that? The little girl is hurt. She would think that her mom would have her back and leave this man because she don't feel safe around this man. And then the little girl responds back, "Dee Dee says she can have her whole house." So disappointed. That's the little girl texting it to her dad. The dad responds back, as you all see, saying, "Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed in your mom too." And then the little girl responds back, "Everybody else. Hell, even me. Even the Trey King Show family." And then she goes on to say, the 12-year-old girl, "She used to be fighting over us." Think about that. So, mom, What happened? Do you not see what your daughter is saying? And more than anything, Mom, how can you live with yourself knowing that you are still with this man who tried to violate your daughter sexually? Shame on you, Mom. The dad responds back saying, it will be okay. Earl gonna get exactly what he deserved. Dad, don't go over there doing a 187 now. Just let things take its course, Dad, because I know you want to put your foot in his ass, but let that go the best way you can. Because any decent man that loves their child will want to hurt somebody over their child. And we understand that. But at the same time, sir, you have yourself to think about. You have your children to think about. Let the police do their job. But the daughter goes on to say, now it's like, I'm going to just push it to the side. And then the dad says, you got me. That's all that matters. It will be okay. I love you. Now that's the dad talking to his daughter. Now that's love right there. You get what I'm saying? So to the mom, shame on you once again, because as you see, those are your daughter's words. Your daughter said that you are picking sides. And once upon a time, you was fighting over them. So what happened? Anyway, parents out there, be careful of the people that you allow to come into your life. And this is why I tell you all this when I do certain type of videos. You're going to have to start doing background checks. You're going to have to start vetting some of these people. And you got to understand, if you with somebody, and I ain't trying to tell you just to go get married, but if you living together and you're dating, why ain't you married? Think about that also. And mom, you need to reevaluate your situation and get your stuff together, because guess what? You hurt your child, and hopefully you can make that right. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed, and I will see y'all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.